What's going on, guys? It is the Coaster Battleman here, bringing you an awesome video. The top 6 flat rides at Cedar Point, and I just got to go to Cedar Point opening weekend. It was awesome, and I'm going to talk about my full experience on it in another video. But the good news is, I got to try all of the thrilling flat rides at Cedar Point now. I've ridden every single one out of the 3 trips I have taken to Cedar Point. So these are the top 6 flat rides at Cedar Point. Number 6 is the Windseeker, and this ride is a pretty fun throwing flat ride. And at night it shines over the night sky. It's super nice at night. And I know Windseeker is pretty fun in the day because you can see the view, but at night you just feel like you're in outer space in the middle of nowhere, because you cannot see anything in some areas when you look down. Windseeker is a pretty fun ride, but it's not as thrilling as these next rides, because this ride is mainly focused on the view, and so you can see the park. So yeah, number 5 is the Power Tower drop side, and I don't tend to ride I don't tend to ride Power Tower's drop side that much because it tends to get longer lines than the shooting side, but I do like the drop side. It's pretty fun. You go up fairly quickly to the top, but then you just fall down. It's not the greatest drop tower I've ridden, but it's still pretty fun. Number 4 is Witch's Wheel, and this is the newest credit I have out of all the rides at Cedar Point. I got to try it out this year. I never really got to try Witch's Wheel out until now, and it's a pretty fun flat ride in my opinion. Even though this is one of the last Schwarzkopf Enterprise rides, this is still a pretty fun ride. And I did ride this on my own in one of the gondolas, or whatever cart or cage vehicle you're in on this Enterprise ride. It's pretty crazy. Like, at some point you feel like you're just standing up, is how I describe it, or you're just laying down. It's super weird experience, pretty fun flat ride. Unfortunately, the Enterprise's days are not going to be that long due to the lack of parts for these Enterprise rides. But the good news is, I really hope Cedar Point replaces this ride with another similar Enterprise ride to it. But for now, Enterprise is still on this list. Number 3 is the Power Tower shooting side, and this is a flat ride that I've grown to love. I really do like the Power Tower shooting side. What a fun flat ride. You just stop for a few seconds and then you just shoot up super high. You can see the whole park. Every single person on the ground looks like a bunch of tiny little ants. Super fun drop tower. And I know you can get some pretty good views on Power Tower depending on what area you're sitting on. If you're in like if you're like facing a tower on Power Tower, you're probably not going to get as good of a view. But if you're not facing the Power Tower or any tower on Power Tower, you're going to get a good view of Cedar Point. And I really like how this ride gives you a good view and a good thrill with that crazy launch to the top of the drop tower. So yeah, we're going to move on to number 2, which is Max Air. And this is a pretty fun flat ride. I really enjoy Max Air at Cedar Point. This ride has it's just a massive frisbee ride, super fun. And literally this ride, you just spin around on, and you go up and down from one side to the other. Pretty fun flat ride in my opinion. Overall, Max Air, very fun flat ride. I really like this flat ride, even though I've only gotten to do it twice at all. But number 1, I always try to ride this when I come to Cedar Point, Skyhawk. This is definitely the best flat ride I've ridden, and the best flat ride at this park. I do really love Skyhawk because you're in this giant swing and you're just swinging up and down, and when you're at the highest point of the ride, as you can see here, you can get some pretty good airtime depending on how tight the restraint is on you. And overall, Skyhawk, very fun flat ride at Cedar Point, and definitely one of the best non-roller coaster, definitely the best non-roller coaster ride at Cedar Point. And overall, I could say that this flat ride is better than a few coasters here at Cedar Point. So yeah, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. And that was my list on what are the best flat rides at Cedar Point. What is your opinion? Tell me in the comments below what your favorite flat rides at Cedar Point are. Stay tuned for more videos.